How's everybody doing? Good, good. All right, great. This is going to be a great time. You coming up front? All right. Perfect. Hey, just so you guys know what we're going to do, we're going to go through. We got the slides. We'll each do 5 minutes. Then we're going to open this up to Q&A and some talking points. Look, this is what's great about this. Some of you that are sitting in the audience probably have as good ideas as anybody. So this is going to be an open time. We're going to share some of the things they're doing, but we're also going to have this as an open time where we can have some discussion. So let's go ahead and get started. And Olyvia, if you don't mind, I'll just let you just take it from here and get us started, okay?
Sounds good. No problem, Jimmy.
Hey, if you will, introduce yourself, where you're from, kind of your business a little bit also.
Sure. I'm Olyvia Salyer. I am from coastal Virginia, so Virginia Beach up to Richmond. I particularly sell Williamsburg real estate, so historic, start of the country. I sell about 30 to 40 million a year, 60 transactions. I love AI, and specifically because real estate is about relationships, whereas AI is really the efficiency that's going to allow us to focus on those relationships. A lot of people, I think, are really scared to use AI because they don't know how to get into it. They're worried it might take over our jobs. I don't have any worry about AI taking over what we can do because it can never replace who you are as an agent. So I have my AI stack here just to give you guys as a super intro. If you're not using AI or maybe you're using it and you want to up your game, this is what I use on almost a daily basis. These are the 4 apps that I use. And going through each one, if you want this slide, by the way, check out the QR code. It's right there, so you don't have to take pictures. So ChatGPT, favorite. I know everybody else here on this panel is going to talk about this probably too. This is the easiest and most comprehensive way to get into AI. I put down a ton of different use cases for you. Deep research. One of my biggest and most powerful uses was to actually do competitive analysis. So I took the top 4 agents that I compete against for listings. I had it do a deep dive into their business. And then I had it do the same thing to mine, and I compared notes. Where can I improve? What are they doing that I'm not? What can I do that nobody's touching? Where are the open opportunities? It's going to help you find that in your business too, or even as simple as comparing how many times are they posting on Instagram a day versus how many times am I posting, or what their views and metrics are. You can use this in so many ways. The other main ideas I use, obviously, business support, SEO, keywords, writing copy, things like that. Digitally staging, you can see, I had it in 30 seconds take some cabinets and made them white while I was at a listing appointment, just to give an example of something that might make the house sell faster. While I was on the way to 5 different showings, I actually talked into ChatGPT and had it optimize the route for those showings because I was busy and didn't have that time to do it in advance, and it put it in the right order for me to then meet my client at each house in 30 seconds. Again, we're trying to get efficient. My next favorite app is Canva. So again, I put this all in here. You guys just need to go and explore. These are some of the examples that I have built in minutes, like less than 10 minutes each, more often 1 to 2 minutes each with Canva. The AI capabilities of Canva continue to grow, and I even just screenshotted some of the different products. I mean, that slide up there, that is all of the different AI applications in Canva right now. It is $20 a month, y'all. It is the easiest app for your marketing. It is the easiest way to generate content for your socials. And you can do the same. You can just put your prompt into it and say, I want to make a picture of me look like I'm on the top of a building. And it'll just do it. It's very easy. So recommend you play around with that, take your headshot, do fun stuff with it. Gamma. Now this app specifically makes presentations. I use it for listing presentations. The examples that I have put here are one that I put together for a $3.4 million presentation that I was competing for. And I wanted to give them preparation for market, suggestions to do staging, and I want it to look really professional. You know, the agents that I'm competing against, they don't know how to do this stuff. And I just gave Gamma a prompt, and it spit out 7-8 pages of this, and it looks just like this. It's beautiful. And you can edit it, you know, you could change all your different language, make it more you, sound like you. You can give it feedback. But again, 5-10 minutes, y'all. So fast. That gives you the time to go and then nail the listing appointment, get those relationships. And then last but not least, I've actually seen a couple agents in here wearing this right now. Julie is one of them. This is Plod. It is a wearable. It is the most expensive of the 4 that I'm talking about today, but you can wear it on your wrist as a lanyard. It basically takes notes for you. I use this heavily in listing appointments. I do not tell my clients that I'm wearing it because they get weird, but I get basically a transcript of the listing appointment, and that means I don't have to take notes, but I'm asking questions like, how old is the roof? What are the mechanicals? What's special about your house? All the different things, and then I take the transcript, put it into ChatGPT, and have it spit out a feature sheet. 5 minutes from something that used to take me in half an hour to 2 hours per house. So we're just optimizing time.
So good. We're going to go through everybody, then we're going to get to questions. I see Doug. Looks like you got one of those sitting right there. All right, great. Mark, brace everybody. Mark, I'm going to let you take it from here.
Oh, yeah. Is this on? Or there you go. All right. I'm going to be really fast. I'm going to talk about a couple AI systems that are very real estate specific. Everyone knows about ChatGPT and everything. And I'm going to confess, I actually put these PowerPoints together with ChatGPT. So I'm going to stand over here just so I can point, because I did these a couple weeks ago and I forgot most of the stuff. But so Fellow, how many people in here use Fellow or have heard of Fellow? Okay, a couple people. Great. So Fellow is an AI program that specifically works your database. So it plugs directly into your CRM and starts mining your CRM for you. I'm going to show you a couple of the really cool features here. So I think all right. So I think half of all of the Real Trends 1,000 agents, over half of them use this system. So that'll tell you the power of it. It is a little expensive. It's based on how many contacts you have. So for me, it's like $2,000 a month, but I have like 50,000 people in my database. So it's the #1 AI platform designed for real estate professionals to supercharge your CRM with AI-powered marketing tools, help agents and teams engage smarter and convert more leads, more listings and deals. Who wants more deals? I do. Okay. So great. So Fellow itself really, really, really only targets sellers. Who here wants more sellers? I mean, isn't that the name of the game? Get listings. So every communication it sends out is seller oriented. List with us, all sorts of stuff. So listing based management, blah, 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 great. You get landing pages just like a lot of sites. This is an example of one of the emails that goes out. So it's kind of like the next level. Been a huge fan of HomeBot forever. I'm grateful they're a sponsor here. I used them for a long time, but this integrates with my team now. So when my agents send emails that go out, it's got my agents' pictures on it, not me. And it gives all sorts of value ranges, all sorts of calls to action, lists with us, and there's other stuff. I didn't put a whole lot of stuff on here. I was hoping I was going to be able to do it live, but I just got screenshots. And it has questions in there like, hey, edit your home's information. And everyone wants to have like their specific value. And so they're like, everyone goes in and edits their home's information. And then you get their updated emails and their updated phone numbers and everything. It's all plugged into your CRM. They use email, text. They're going to be doing voice and chat stuff too. That's coming. That's really exciting. So you get predicted listings, lets you know when people, here, I'll just get into this stuff. Okay, great. So they do database enrichment. So 24/7, it's combing your database and making sure your information is correct. If anyone's got bad emails, bad phone numbers, if they've moved, if you got the wrong address, it's like, hey, this person doesn't have this address anymore. So they enrich your data 24/7. We've got this owner match feature where it tells you if the address you have is what's in public record or if they were the previous owner of the property, so you know if they just sold it high or low. Real-time notifications on everything that's happening. So like, again, I got 40,000 people in my database. I try really hard to be relational and stay in touch with everyone, and I suck apparently because I always see people listing out of my database as missed opportunities. But I get real-time notifications on all that. You get lead scoring on how much they're interacting, what they're doing online, so you get a good idea of who's getting ready to get into the selling platform. Segments, great, cool, whatever. Here's some screenshots. So I just tried to get a bunch of things in here. So in the last 90 days, my database had $158 million listed out of it, and 293 people in my database listed their homes. Again, I got 40,000. And the sad part is, I had 12. I had 12 of that 293. Now, this is a newer system for me, so we're working up and we're ramping up. And so I have just in my database alone all the opportunity I'm ever going to need. In 90 days, if you could list $150 million, I mean, I don't know. I mean, if I can get 10% more, that's what I want. So again, this just shows like all the history, like if they listed, and you can click into the homes, who they listed with, if they've got equity. It shows the engagement, emails, texts, things that are going out. And the data points, there's 88,000 data points I had in the last 30 days. Again, the property intelligence, I showed you that. Awesome feature, maps your database. How many of you have a neighborhood in your market where you're like, hey, I've had past clients in there, or I just know people that have addresses in there. And by the way, Enrichment will pull addresses of people that aren't in your database and put their address in there. So if somebody's like, hey, I want to live in one of these two neighborhoods, you just click on the map feature in Fellow, and it pulls up everyone in your database, people that are in the neighborhood with the estimated value of the home. And you can filter by features, beds, baths, whatever. They don't have pools yet. I asked for that. I was like, I have people that want to have a pool. Can you put that in there? But anyways, amazing feature to search areas where I don't know of any other systems where you can map your database, but I find that's insanely important. Like if you've got lakes or whatever. This is what's coming next. With Fellow, they're doing AI calling, AI chats, AI email, AI texts, etc. And I got another system I'm going to talk about real quick. Hit this QR code. If you're interested in it, you'll get a discount on a demo. And I think you just fill out your name and something, and they'll contact you later to schedule it. But Fellow's where you're going to be getting more listings. Like it's going to be pulling listings out of your database. And it's a little bit of money, but when you're like $2,000 a month, I mean, shoot, a Zillow lead's like $1,000 right now, and you've got a 10% chance of converting that if you're good. So like Fellow is baller. Next, Shiloh. This one, has anyone in here heard of Shiloh? 2, 3? Wow. All right, cool. Shiloh is by far the coolest thing, I think, that's AI specific. It is real-time phone call coaching for all of your sales calls. So it's an advanced AI platform designed for real estate teams and real estate agents specifically. It's been trained on millions of real estate phone calls. Most of the top teams in the country have this. It's a pretty new system. It's only been around maybe like 8 months. And it gives you insights and helps you convert all of your calls. So if you can get just that much better on your phone calls, you're going to convert more to sales, more listings, your agents are going to get them. So this is just an example of like a dashboard. Most of the top teams in the country are plugged into this right now, and it's really quite cheap. It's paid by how many minutes you're processing through AI. So I think I pay like $150 a month or $200. And it integrates directly into all of the major CRMs Follow Up Boss, Sierra, Sync, whatever. It runs right in. So you get real-time call scoring. So when you're done, most of all the systems will get you transcripts and recordings. It does that too. But it will grade your call. It will grade the sales call. And then we'll give you summaries and analysis. It will pull out objections. You can track keywords. If your agents are saying certain things, you can track that. You can track if you're saying certain things. And the really cool features, when you're done, you're like, wow, I didn't do a good job on that call. You can go back and role play it. AI will download that call, and you're not going to be doing the same call, but it knows what that client wanted, and it's going to give you all the objections and stuff along the way, so you can go back and you can master that call. So you don't have a sales coach awkwardly standing over you in the office, listening to that call, going, I wouldn't have done that. I probably would have said something different. And you're like, that was a bad call. I just got fast food or something. But real time, it's so awesome. So it saves time, blah, blah, blah. Here's some pictures of my dashboard. So here's some of the calls of my team. It's got call scoring, minutes. It tells you whether or not you're talking, listening, doing monologues. These are like, few pages of some scored calls and how long they were, inbound, outbound, whatever. But up here is where it gets pretty exciting. So you've got the transcript, then you've got your agent coaching, and you've got your action items and a summary of the call. So, you've got the transcript of the call, and then you go to agent coaching. It goes in and tells you your top moments in the call, what you did right. Then it goes through your possible areas of improvement, what you could have done to get a better score, what you could have done to connect with them better. Anchor next steps for this call. And this is one of my agents, Ryan. So that was one of his calls. So he could have reframed some negative language around pricing, anchored the next step a little bit more firmly, and addressed concerns about previous lender experience. So those were his recoaching, and you can go up to the top and click role play and go back and redo that call. Action items, it tells you the action items in your call, like what you need to do, which again, that plod, what Olyvia was talking about, tells you after listening to appointments. This is just where you click in and do the start role play. And then it goes through and grades your agents. So your agents specifically have their own report card. They go in, and if you're getting it for yourself, like it grades all your calls. It tells you, again, your monologues, how many questions you asked, your average call rating, how many times you set appointments, and calls completed. And these are the keywords I track. That's all I really want to know. And then it goes, I can't go back, can I? Yeah, cool. And if you click Insights on the agent page, it will generalize all of your phone calls that agent has ever had or you've ever had, and will tell you your top 3 best things you do on the phone and your top 3 areas of improvement all together, not just that call. So it allows you to focus on, these are the things I need to do better so that I can connect with people more and convert more listings. So again, individual summary, individual coaching on every single call. So if you've got like Follow Up Boss or any of the phone numbers and stuff, or Zillow phone numbers, whatever, it tracks everything. Helps them 24/7. They can, 11 o'clock at night, they can be in their boxers at home or whatever, in pajamas, and re-role play those calls and be like, how could I have done that differently? How could I have done that better? How could I have set that appointment better, or whatever? Integrates seamlessly with all CRMs, tracks, throws the notes in at least all the major CRMs, not all of them, but most of them. And it's specifically designed to increase your conversion rate. So, having a coach for every one of your calls to increase your conversion rate is absolutely dynamite. And I feel like it's a steal at like $150 a month. So there's a QR code where you can schedule a demo if it's going to work for you guys or not. But it's absolutely one of the coolest things. So there you go.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Super simplistic, but logistically, you make the calls through the CRM, and it's once you have it integrated.
Yeah, so I use Follow Up Boss, and I have my agents use their Follow Up Boss number. So
Make the calls through.
just Follow Up Boss app. You don't have to do anything. You hit dial, and Shiloh does everything. When you're done, it's like, here's your call. And this is all the things you want to do. And this is what you can do better. And my new agents, and this is, I think, the best for millennials and stuff who struggle with getting on the phone. I mean, conversation, they'd rather have a moment to think about it in text, where like when you're on the phone, you're like, I don't have enough time to think about it. I'd rather just not make the phone call. This is, I think, awesome for all new agents.
Great. Karen? Yeah. How many agents do you have on the team was the question.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I should have said a few things about myself. Mark Brace from Grand Rapids, Michigan. So I'm Mark from Michigan. If you have anybody in Michigan, send them to me. And I've got, I was the number 2 team for medium size units, number 4 for medium size GCI in Berkshire. Last year we did 250 deals, 140 million. And this year was fun. I hit $1 billion in personal sales.
There you go. Yeah.
7 agents, sorry.
Yeah.
So how much money do you spend with your system like this?
Question is, how much money do you spend on systems?
That's not personal.
I don't really know.
Great answer.
Yeah, I probably could have something scrape my credit cards to tell me what I'm spending, but I would say on all of my systems that are not like specific lead gen systems, that are just sort of systems, I would say probably like maybe 5,000 to 10,000 a month.
Yeah, I mean, for everything he's getting, Karen, I mean, it's amazing. The great thing I think about it is when we're thinking about how much are you spending on systems, I would just flip that and say, how much are you using the systems that you're spending money on? Because I think we're all spending a lot of money that we could just redeploy to something that's more effective, or to get focused in on those things. Mark does a great job. I mean, he's a friggin' operator. I mean, he runs a business. And so anybody that has questions, we're going to get back to that here in just a minute. But we're going to go next to Kevin. Kevin Leonard, I'm going to let you go next. And Kevin, do you need the clicker?
What's that?
Do you need a clicker?
Yeah, I need a clicker
Okay.
here. Yeah, so can you guys hear me?
Yeah, tell everybody a little bit about
Yep.
you and where you're from also, if you don't mind.
Sure. So Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to Cleveland, Ohio. We do 15,000 transactions a year. We have 2,138 agents. That's us. So what I'm talking about today is how to automate with
That's
AI.
a brokerage, by the way, just so y'all know. That's not a one team. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So it's the preferred realty install for realty. So today I'm going to go through AI automation and how to the application of AI into your business. So I'm giving you 3 real-world examples that we do for our organization, and one of them everybody could use for your company or for your team. So again, 2,138 agents. How many times has us as leaders of our company have we messaged our folks on their birthdays? Very seldom, right? Maybe once here, once there. So we created a system where it pulls it out every morning at 8 a.m. It sends a text message from my number to our agents, wishing them a happy birthday. So there was, for example, happy birthday, Daja. May 2025 be the best year ever. Congratulations, Kevin Leonard, president, whatever. Thank you very much. My pleasure. And then we communicate past that, right? So it's a automated engagement, and then we engage personally. This example here, it was taking, when done properly, it was taking about 30 hours a month to do. So 30 hours a month to do. Now it takes no minutes to do per month. Also, as an aside, I want you to think about, I looked up this morning, in Omaha, Nebraska, the average hourly wage is $30 an hour. So this task saves us $900 a month, right? So this task, $900 a month. This one here is congratulations on joining the winning team. We hire 500 agents a year. So how do we onboard them smoothly and welcome them to the organization? Here we go. It's a 9-step process. They get an email from me, a text from me, a voicemail drop from me. This takes about 15 hours a month. You do the math, 15 hours a month, $30 an hour, $450 a month we're saving here every single month, right? Also, as an aside note, if you want to, I wrote a book called Scale with Heart. It's about change management and how to apply AI, so feel free to check it out. Next one here is how to grow your team or brokerage. This is a 15-step process, and this one was taking us about 100 hours a month. So this process is automated, goes into the MLS or a third-party source, identifies agents and their production, creates a one-page business plan that emails them all this data. So they did, here's the average sales price, here's what they closed, listing units, if they did X, Y, and Z, and prepares a PDF, attaches it to my Gmail account, prepares the email. All I do is click send. This is 100 hours a month saved. So 100 hours a month, 30 bucks an hour, $3,000 a month saved there, right? So the next thing I wanted to, let me go back a step. So 50% of all of your work that you're doing today can be automated. 50%. So every single day, I would like all of you to go through these questions, these 10 questions, and say, well, am I already doing, is it on a screen? Do I do it the same way I heard a presentation this morning, and I would say, like, there was a weekly seller report that now is being done manually. That could be automated all day long and save 10, 15 hours a week, right? So these are questions to ask yourself every single day throughout the process. And here are 12 AI automation tools. Again, AI is great, but if you can't apply it, it means nothing to you. It's just noise. So the application of AI into your business, these are what I use for everything we went through today. And then before we play this video, there's two things I want you to leave with. The first is 50%, at least 50% of your work every single day can be done with AI automation. 50%, number one. Number two, AI is the worst it is right now. So if it's doing these amazing things today, imagine tomorrow and the next day. So if you could go ahead and play the video back there.
AI twin speaking, and I never have a bad filming day. Running a business today means juggling way too much. Leads, follow-ups, scheduling, billing, marketing, paperwork, and somehow still trying to grow. If you're doing it all manually, you're not just overwhelmed, you're losing time, money, and opportunities. AI automation changes that. Imagine leads getting instant responses, day or night, appointments booked automatically, follow-ups, reviews, contracts, payments, handled without you lifting a finger. It means nurturing every lead without missing a beat. It means no more chasing quotes or unpaid invoices. For every service business, it means working smarter without adding more to your payroll. You built your business to serve, not to drown in admin. Let AI handle the busy work so you can focus on what actually grows your business. Visit scalewithheart.com and learn how to lead human-first AI forward with less stress and more profit. Dirigir un negocio hoy es manejar demasiadas cosas. Leads, seguimientos, citas, facturas, marketing, todo a la vez. Si lo haces manualmente, pierdes tiempo, dinero y oportunidades. La automatización con IA lo cambia todo. Respuestas instantáneas, citas automáticas, seguimientos y pagos gestionados sin esfuerzo. Menos tareas, más resultados. Visita scalewithheart.com y aprende cómo liderar con humano primero, IA al frente, con menos estrés y más ganancias.
Bravo!
So just follow up on that video. So how do you use that
Can
video?
you go back actually and go back, and had somebody wanted to see the slide where you had all of your list of things. Yeah, the one back, if we can pull that back.
Do you speak Spanish?
I don't know if we can.
I don't speak Spanish.
Yeah.
No, that was all.
Hey,
that was all an avatar.
and let me say this: if you were getting, you saw the Zapier and all that stuff that he had on there, and you're not sure how to do that, simply take that slide, drop it into ChatGPT, and say, "Give me the step-by-step instructions on how to do this," and it'll walk you right on through exactly what you need to do. All right, we're going to keep moving, and then we'll get some Q&A. Scott Nordby. Scott, come to you now.
As he's wrapping up a text right now.
Right.
You ready? I really was. Hey, can I get a favor for you? It's my daughter's very first day working as an intern at Disney, and she texted me, "Dad, I'm so freaking excited." And I said, "Well, send me a picture." So I want to send her a picture. So.
I thought we were going to sing. And I
No. Okay. But if you could wave at her, that'd be great. So. All right. Thank you so much.
Super dad. Super dad.
I heard somebody talking about that they don't keep balance in life. I probably keep too much balance in life. I probably am one of the best of the owners. So my name's Scott Nordby. My wife and I own Colorado Real Estate, Berkshire Hathaway. So we cover the Front Range, Fort Collins to Colorado Springs, Breckenridge, Vail, or not Vail, don't say that one, Breckenridge, Steamboat Springs, and Winter Park. Mid-size, I would say smaller brokerage, 170 agents, all producing. So we don't allow the non-producers to stick around. Our commercial team is here. Brenton Haynes, which I'm sure many of you have met. Him and another gentleman are leading commercial for Berkshire Hathaway nationwide right now, and Kim Wills, who's kind of done everything, and this good young man up here, Colton. So thank you for being here. I was the least prepared, probably. I did not send slides. So, how many people? Yeah, right. And if I would have had slides, my assistant would have had it sent to me. But how many of you use chat on your phone? Put your hands up. How many do not have chat on their phone? Do not use it at all. Okay. I use a series of them, but chat is the one I'm going to talk about the most today of all the ways that I use it. How many people pay for it? Okay, good for you. How many are using it more than Google? Yeah, I don't know why anybody go to Google anymore. I haven't figured that one out yet. But for me, I'll go through some of the daily uses. My wife and I are avid travelers. We're heading to Rome, or heading to Italy for 3 weeks in about 3 weeks, I think. And I planned it all on ChatGPT through Expedia. So Expedia drops into chat. You just talk to it. It kicks the information out. I booked our airlines through chat, Turkish Airlines, which is amazing right now, $2,000 round trip for two. We're 5 days in Rome. I found every single place we're staying in Rome, one place in Rome. How to get from Rome to Positano. Found the place where I'm staying in Positano for 3 nights. I rented a boat in Salerno, and we're going to spend 7 days on a bareboat, sailing a boat on the Amalfi Coast and the Isle of Capri. I'm a captain on sailboats, so I enjoy that. All on chat, including the itineraries and what to expect for winds, where's the best place to mooring, what's the best restaurant, what tour I should do, what we should do at the Isle of Capri. When we get off, what train gets me back to the airport, and what I should do in my 5 hours in Istanbul, which is nothing. I found that out. So for me, the Expedia app and chat it's shaved hours and hours and hours off of everything I do. Now, I wrote a list of just the things I've used it for in the last couple weeks. How many know Rajiv in the company? How many need to know him? Everybody put your hand up. He's at Fox and Roach, but he builds prompts through chat. If you catch me, I'm happy to share any of them. But I've been sitting down with our agents, and with our agents, I have been doing, let me see. I use it for writing all emails, text, social posts, ideas for posts. I've been meeting with our agents and using a chat tool for biovisibility optimizer. So it'll go through all your social platforms and tell you how to improve it so you can get more leads from social. I don't sell as much real estate as I used to, my wife and I, but we still are active. And I got my first chat lead after I improved my profile. I went out and met the lady, asked her how she found me. It goes through ChatGPT. And I sat in front of her and did her listing presentation, all her marketing, and priced her house in front of this client live on ChatGPT. She's a freak on it like I am. So we had a good time doing it. Her house goes on the market next week. Let me see what else I use it for. Sailing plans, party plans. If you use chat, if you're having a party for 50 people, you can drop in what you want, ideas, what you should serve, and then how much do I need to buy of everything. It'll make you the complete shopping list. If you ask it to shop at the local supermarket, it'll tell you exactly how much it's going to cost within reason also. Goofing around, I take a picture of my freezer and refrigerator every once in a while and ask it to make a week a menu for me that's healthy, protein heavy. I got another GPT that Rajiv shared with me. I've been doing this for websites. I put my own website in, which Colorado Real Estate, I think we're pretty good at what we do. We have tech people doing it. And Colorado was freaking misspelled somewhere in the website. So I sent that to our team this morning. It'll go through the website and find every mistake that you have on your website. So I've been doing it for my clients, which I think is fun. And I'm careful how I send the email to them.
This is
for
Kevin's
sure.
AI twin speaking, and I never have a bad filming day. Running a business today
Wow,
means
that's kinda crazy.
juggling way too much.
Other than that, I'm gonna. I would say that was kind of weird. I'd say the last thing I use it for. I'm gonna be really nice about this one. I do not like stupid posts on Facebook of people that are just, whether it's Republican or Democrat, I don't care whichever way, but I don't like when they're just spitting out facts that aren't true, so I use it for fact checking a lot. And any email that I get, and I get a lot of emails that I wonder if it's real or not, I drop it into chat and it'll tell me if it's real or not. So that's some basic uses.
Good stuff. One thing Scott mentioned that I would say is how many, I think everybody mentioned they're using ChatGPT probably more than Google now. And so this is a big change. One of the things that we've been working on, we're going to actually be presenting on at Summit, myself and Jason Pantana. He and I have been working on some stuff that, you hear SEO, right? Search engine optimization. Well, really what's happening right now, and this is changing as we're sitting here, is what they're calling GEO, generative engine optimization. Completely different set of skills. And so what I would encourage all of you to do is to utilize this opportunity to begin to understand what is it when you search. We've all gone out and Googled ourselves. Well, I would encourage you to go to ChatGPT and say, give me an outline of the strengths and weaknesses. And then also what we're doing is we're asking it, tell me what I should be doing to be able to be chosen by you as the agent of choice with the questions they'll be asking about in our local market. Now, a couple of things. We got some people in here that are using it really well. And Doug, I'm gonna come to you in just a second if you can share some of the stuff you're doing. But what I would say is Bridget Baldwin in here? Is Bridget in here? Bridget sent me something this past week. First time she said she'd had this happen. And so this is what I want you to start thinking about is she was going into a competitive situation for a relocation client. And the relocation director said, hey, look, we've gotten these 3 people. I've interviewed you. I don't know who to use, but you're getting the deal. And she said, why? And she said, because I went into ChatGPT and said, out of these 3 people, I have someone relocating here. I'm a relocation director. Who is the best agent for me to choose? And they chose Bridget. So a couple of things. It will give you the reference points on what it's looking at. We had an agent that actually had his builder go in and ask who he should choose, and it came up with specific information in this $6.5 million listing in this specific neighborhood because it was referencing stuff that he had posted in Instagram the week before about a listing in that neighborhood that he already had. So it's got a recency bias also here. So I would just encourage you, dive into that. Doug, you want to break some of that down, if you don't mind what you're doing?
Love being put on the spot. All right, so this might help a little bit. I was sitting in a room with a bunch of people, and they were asking about, we were having the conversation about, okay, when you search who's the best realtor in your market, who comes up? So has anybody done that before in their market? I'm surprised not everybody's raised their hand, so you should do that. Now, here's the kicker. If you, on your account on chat, use it a lot, and you ask who's the best realtor, chat is your friend, and it's going to make you feel really good, because I did it the first time, and I was like, oh, that's cool. I'm the best realtor in Chattanooga, Tennessee. And but then the person sitting next to me, who was from Katy, Texas, she did it, and she was like, who's this person? And I'm like, I have no idea who that agent is. And I realized that chat was just making me feel good. And so I did the incognito thing and realized that, I wasn't popping up as the top agent in town, and we are by a landslide from sales. And so when you play this game with yourself here, at the bottom of the answer that chat gives you, you'll notice that they're actually sourcing where they're getting their information from. This is probably the easiest way for you to figure out exactly who do I need to go influence so chat identifies me as the answer that I want it to say, right? And in my market, and Jimmy and I, we played this game the other day, last Friday or so. In my market, for whatever reason, Fast Expert is who influences chat the most. And I didn't understand. I still don't understand why. A little bit of research is saying they really like list. Chat loves list. It loves top 10 this. Who's the best in this area? It loves lists, so it's looking for things like that. Well, for whatever reason in my market, Fast Expert, and I found to be true for a lot of other markets, is where they're getting that information from. So I went on to Fast Expert, which I did not have an account on. Does anybody know what Fast Expert is? Okay, so Fast Expert, I'm not an expert at Fast Expert, but from what I understand, Fast Expert is they're running ads and they're going to send leads to you and charge you, I think, a 25% referral. I don't want those. I don't want those leads at all because, like Mark, we got about a 50,000 person database, and other companies I've used that in the past, I found out that they're sending me leads that we're already talking to. At times I've received leads from those type of companies, and we're even under contract with them. And it's like, wait a minute, I don't want to be trapped paying 25%. Fast Expert, you actually have the ability to reject the lead or turn your settings to where you don't have to accept them all. So we just set up a free account. We don't want the leads, although I'm starting to see them pop through. Do you want this? And I'm kind of like, maybe. So I'm thinking about that. But I think the interesting thing, though, is we just set it up. It took us like a week for the information to come. They're pulling from Google reviews. They're pulling from Zillow reviews. And so we now are like the #1 agent on Fast Expert, which now we're the #1 agent according to ChatGPT. So there's a couple other places you could look at, but look at the sources when you ask the questions, and then you can't just tell the world I'm the best. You have to figure out where they're pulling the sources from and then feed that information the way you want. Is that what you want to do?
Killer. Hey, and we actually talked about this. Doug and I talked about this. If it loves the lists, and how do we do this in a way that we help our SEO and also our GEO, is we talked about potentially, and this may be something you may want to do here, is find a group of agents that are in other markets, do a blog post on your website that basically you're mentioning my favorite resource for someone moving or relocating to Chattanooga, Tennessee is the Edgerton team, or and so whatever it is, make a list of those and then take that and ask them to do the same thing. So if I do it on mine, all of a sudden Doug's got a backfill on mine. He's listed as the #1 agent, which it loves, and then we're having these backfills between, so we begin to get also the SEO boost there. So just an idea of some things. Look, this stuff is moving so fast. We'd love to open this up. Do you want to add anything, Doug, to that? All right.
Hey,
Anybody
I
else?
could add to that
Yeah.
too. Also, Reddit. It's free. Reddit. If you want to create your own Reddit account and add information, ChatGPT, Gemini, Anthropic, they all love Reddit.
Agent Pronto, for some reason, is also starting to pop up as a reference on some of that. So make sure just when you check in your local area, and Doug makes a great point. Doug used his wife's ChatGPT to ask that question, and it came back with a different answer than it did for his. So make sure you're using an incognito type of person that you can check on this, and then notice what they reference. And then if they're referencing, like he said, in that case it was Fast Expert, go on and create those posts and those, or that profile on there. It gives you that opportunity to then begin to rank in there as well. Anybody got questions? Questions? Yes. Let me bring this back here. Okay, great.
With all the AI today and the reviews being so powerful to build the business, how are you guys implementing or using AI at all? Because one of the things I struggle with is you get Google, you get a couple of hundred. How do you get them to all the other portals?
All right. Y'all want to talk about anything you're doing for reviews specifically?
Well, our brokerage uses testimonial tree. Isn't that what it's called?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is.
So that actually, you just have them fill out the testimonial tree, and then it publishes it everywhere.
I also use testimonial tree, and I then take my reviews, have them aggregated, and put it into chat to then get SEO words. I had it assess all of my reviews to then give me my keywords for my business of what I produce as an agent.
That's great. And obviously we use testimonial tree as well. I mean, I think I don't want to answer this for Doug, but Doug runs a great team. What he does is he creates a competition for the agents, to generate a certain number of testimonials, and has some gifting and some prizes there. Obviously that just drives that. Just like everything else, testimonials are very driven by what you focused on. If you'll focus on that, then absolutely you'll see those increase. And it's still important. Scott, you want to add something?
As a smaller brokerage, I was involved in Zillow for a long time. I was actually at the stock exchange with the owners of Zillow when they went public. So I have 1,000+ reviews, and I allow our agents to attach their profile to mine, so when it shows up, it shows they have a bunch of reviews. And then I actually just had it sent to me. If you get my emails in here, you're going to get an email from me. I'm going to ask everybody in the country that follows our Crush of the Week every Monday or any of our trainings to please give reviews on our company and your interaction with us. So I'm going to ask other brokers to review our company on Google so we can drive our Google reviews up as a company. So
hope that helps. Questions? Yeah.
Not really a question, but at our client appreciation events, we enter the people who will give a Google review like into a better giveaway, like leave us a review or tag your agent and those kinds of things. And that has really helped us get office reviews and then also agent reviews.
Yeah, super helpful. Good stuff. Question? Yep.
chat will also create QR codes for your website if you ask it, so you can use that too.
So I'm lost already.
So will Canva.
I'm kindergarten level.
Right.
I'm not going to implement this stuff. So 2 questions, I guess. Number 1, what do you think is the single best use of AI for agents? And then number 2, what's the best way to monetize? What would you say that would be?
I would answer that is identify. So 50% of your tasks can be done with AI automation. You have to do repetitive, mundane tasks every day. So identify the one that you hate doing the most and then automate it with AI.
I would say this. Typically, we get so big because we're seeing these big opportunities. Just start using it. I mean, literally, I just use mine constantly, and I have it on voice mode. And if you aren't using the voice portion, I would just highly encourage that. So I'll just kind of give you an idea. What we're trying to do really is think about the basics. Start with the basics. Start with your MLS. Start with your basics. Start with the things. And then as you do that, you're going to be amazed at everything that's going to just kind of open up. It's almost like what I've been doing with our agents is I'm just trying to get them a win. Something they can win with, have some type of win, and then obviously then it just creates another opportunity. So I'll give you an idea of kind of how to use this. So I'm just going to click the voice mode here, and as it comes on, give me just a second. I hope it'll come on. It may not come on because I don't have I don't have
Good morning.
Internet set up.
Good morning to everybody for me.
Absolutely. Good morning, everyone. I hope you're all having a great start to your day. Let's make it a good one.
Hey, I'm sitting in front of a group of people. What would be a good topic that I can talk to them about real estate? And do you mind doing some scripts and dialogue with me? I've got a seller that's challenging me on the commission that I want to charge.
Yeah, absolutely. I can help with both of those things. So for a good real estate topic to chat about with the group, maybe you could talk about current market trends in your area, like how inventory levels are looking or any shifts in buyer demand. It's always a good conversation starter and gets people engaged. And as for the script with your seller who's challenging you on commission, let's do a little role play. You can say something like, I understand that the commission is an important part of your decision, and I'd love to walk you through what that covers and how it actually benefits you in getting the best possible price for your home. And then we can keep going from there if you want to try out a few lines.
That's perfect. How about if they have a house to sell first, but they don't want to put the house on the market until they find a house? What are your recommendations on this?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a pretty common scenario and definitely something you can walk them through. So you could say something like, I completely understand wanting to find your next home before you list your current one. One option we can explore is adding a home sale contingency into your offer on the new home so that you're protected. We can also talk about bridge loans or other financing options if that's something you're open to. Ultimately, we can create a plan that gives you some flexibility and peace of mind so you don't feel rushed. And from there, you can just reassure them that we're there to help navigate all those steps.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah, this is a perfect example.
You're so welcome. I'm glad I could help. If you need any more...
I know.
My wife always says, you have to be nice to her. She's going to be mad at you if you're not nice to her.
Hey, listen, I mean, if any of y'all have not heard me say this, I always use please and thank you. And here's the reason why. Well, first of all, there was a study done actually by one of the Ivy League schools where you actually had better production. It responded in the same way that you responded to it. But I will say this: maybe I'm becoming that guy I used to make fun of, and maybe I'm becoming that conspiracy that maybe these robots are actually going to kill us all. And I wanted to think I was at least nice when I'm the last one around the fire with my hands warming it because it's waiting to kill me last. But I will say, this is a perfect example. When we're utilizing a lot of times when I'm using this, if I'm going to an appointment, for instance, what we've been encouraging agents and what we're seeing a lot of with, hey, I'm going to actually meet with a client. The husband is an engineer. The wife is a stay-at-home mom. I'm talking to them about the fact that they really need to do a price reduction. Can you help me with some understanding and some explanation on how I should present this to them in a way that gives them an understanding that I'm a partner with them in this process, and give me some language that I can share that will relate to them in a way that they'll make the decision that I believe is best for them, which is to do this price reduction. It will spit this thing out. Don't hesitate to then call back and ask those different things. Specific stuff that you can utilize, also just real practical stuff. If you're in a showing and we had someone do this past week, sitting in a showing, they walked by the hot water heater and the guy says, "How old is this hot water heater?" Well, they didn't know. So what they did is they took a picture of the actual label there and just went into ChatGPT and simply said, "Hey, can you tell me how old is this water heater? What's the average lifespan? So how much time do we have left on this thing? And since I'm in Omaha, Nebraska, what would it cost roughly to have this repair done if I had to replace it?" And bing, it gave it to him right then. So all of a sudden it gave that agent the ability to show themselves as an expert instead of saying, "I'll have to get back to you on that."
Jimmy,
So, also on that, Jimmy, when you do the chat here, there's an option on the lower right-hand corner with the camera, so you can do a video of it, and you could say, "What is this AC unit? What's it going to be?" And or if you're working on a luxury property and you don't know about appliances and the values of it, you could say, "Hey, what's the value of this appliance?"
I do
Olivia?
the same thing for HOA documents. If you're in a heavy HOA area, and as you do deals or ask for the HOA documents, upload them while you're showing the house. If the client asks, "Oh, can I do a fence here?" You can have the exact, just ask it, "Can we have a fence in Ford's Colony?" That's one of the neighborhoods near me. And then it'll spit out, "You can have these 3 types of fences, and it has to be this setback from the road." And you can just give that to them at the house.
All right, we could do this all day. It is time for lunch. Let's give this panel a hand.